Sally and I have been dating for about 2 months. Sally's told me so much about her terrible relationship with Charles. He's basically a roommate in her house that thinks he's a lot more. I'm considered one of the elders of the synagogue. When I first met Sally, he was under more of the guise of a counselor. Eventually you start talking about enough personal stuff. I'm no longer your counselor anymore. Sally cries on the phone a lot to me because something just occurred with Charles, and it's destroying her slowly.
My body is reacting to the yelling and the anger.
I don't know how to deal with this. She is so determined, I can see now, to have Alan in her life. She just wants to attack me and break me down.
Sally absolutely feels trapped by Charles. He's insane. He's dangerous. Charles certainly knows that he's got no shot with me around. I absolutely want Sally to leave Charles. He's a beast.
Well, in just a second, I'm going to have him come out, and you just ask a very legitimate question. You said, does he have to sit right next to her? Well, he's not going to sit right next to you.
Is there any place on the stage you could put him other than there?
Well, so Alan, come on out.
Alan, I don't know what kind of a person you think you
sit
are.
down. Hey, sit down.
Look,
sit down. Sit.
I just want to tell him I don't like him.
Sit down.
I'm afraid of him.
Sit
I hear it all.
Down.
He has a gun.
Sit down.
He does have a gun. Can you have him searched?
Hi, Dr. Phil.
How you doing? Have a seat.
Good. How are you? You're crazy.
Hold on.
You're funny, huh? You think you're really funny?
No, I'm being really serious.
Well,
I hear everything that's gone on so far. You're nuts.
Hold on.
You're disgusting and a despicable human being. You shouldn't be an elder in a synagogue. You're no good. You're a liar. You invaded my life with Sally.
You're ordained. They ordained you.
That's a low blow.
Stop. How you doing?
Good. Thank you. I promise not to act like a jerk.
Maybe
this guy's really sick, and he has no idea how sick he is.
You said on your tape, I helped her under the guise of a counselor.
That's true.
Do you do counseling at the synagogue?
Well, in the synagogue and out of the synagogue.
Like what kind of counseling?
Well, I'm not educated in it. I've learned by the School of Hard Knocks, and I have a religious background. And, you know, I've been married before, so I know what relationships are and what they take to work.
Mm-hmm. And so you say you're the second highest holy person in the synagogue next to the rabbi.
Well, we go back and forth of who's the holier.
Yeah.
Well, he was educated in it. I've got it through bloodline.
I'm a little puzzled. Does the synagogue have any issues with you getting romantically involved with somebody you're counseling?
Well, that's where the story goes a little bit wrong. It started off as counseling, and then there became so much personal knowledge and involvement that I've even flat out told her, I am not your counselor anymore.
That's not how that works.
Well, it's how it did work.
You meet her and she's vulnerable and opens up to you, and you're in a position of authority, and she discloses all of these things to you, and based on that, you form a romantic relationship with her.
Well,
that's called unethical.
No, because it.
Yes, it is unethical.
Take your turn. It's called being a friendship that ended up becoming a closeness.
You crossed the line with her, dude.
I'm sure the other members of the synagogue there would like to know that they can have their wives or daughters go to counselors there, and that maybe they get flipped into a romantic relationship.
Well, you kind of got it wrong.
No, he doesn't.
She's the only person I've had any kind
You're
of
a scumbag. Let's face it.
Hold on.
And who are you when you met me, vulnerable, single mother, literally?
Okay, so your question to me was, how do you get her away from him?
Well, and a little misspoken there. I don't say that she has to be with me. She's got free will. I just think she should be out of this abusive, terrible, home.
But you're in love with her.
I think so.